And good morning. It is very bright and very cold. And this video is going to be going up after the morning walk video that I did for last week. And this is going to be a short video with a little bit of housekeeping. Oh man, it's cold. Thankfully the wind's not up too much today, but it was 0 degrees Fahrenheit yet again this morning. Sadly, we have no frost and snow. It's just been really dry the last few days after that wet, snowy spell we had. But it is ridiculously bright. My goodness. All right, so you might have noticed that last week there was no Empire of Lies, and either last night or Monday night, depending on when I can get this video up, there was no Discordant Dragons. However, I am shooting this Monday morning, so tonight there might be a social stream for Odyssey and Rumble, since I have a channel strike that will not roll off until late tonight around, I think, 10 or 12 p.m. So I will not be able to do Discordant Dragons live tonight on YouTube. My co-host 3 of 12 is busy, so he also can't be there. And I am just pissy and in a bad mood. I've had to deal with a lot of personal crap the last few days. And all these things together made me not want to run Discordant Dragons, because it takes my whole Monday of effort to put it together, to think on things, to get everybody together and make it work. And I just feel bad, and I ain't feeling it. And even though I ask you guys to follow me on other platforms, more than half of you still don't. So I'm just going to postpone Discordant Dragons. Anyway, excuse me, the housekeeping stuff. Oh, goodness. When it comes to channel content, I'm having difficulty with Rumble. Rumble has already made a public post about it, that YouTube on their end is not honoring the agreement that they made with Rumble about backing up YouTube content at Rumble. They have now throttled that gate. So no one's content on YouTube is being automatically put over on Rumble now. That's why none of my morning walks and things that I don't stream directly to Rumble with StreamYard, that's why they're not there and haven't been for a few months, is because YouTube purposefully throttled the gateway or whatever through which that happens. So with my hillbilly internet, it's going to be really rough to multiplicatively upload things over to Rumble as well. But I guess I'm going to have to start doing it, because it looks like YouTube, if they're not going to honor any type of cross-platform agreement, then I'm just going to have to do it myself. Which I think, with the more we see the cultural divide start to actually seep into reality for most of us, we're going to have to be willing to do that. Just like being willing to, use things like Subscribestar instead of Patreon, or use things like Monero or Bitcoin instead of other dollar exchanges. So that's what I'm having to deal with. So let's admire the beautiful day. It is cold as a weech's teat in a cast iron bra, as they used to say. But it is still beautiful. I love the striated clouds up there, the gorgeous blue to yellow haze of the morning sun. It is a beautiful place to live, and it's a great time to be alive. Now, why is it a great time to be alive? Well, the good news is I can turn away from the sun, and I can take these up now. So, we are going to walk back now while I talk. It is a beautiful time to be alive, because we have technology that lets us escape the horrible mind war that the bad people are doing to us. It is a great time to be alive because we have the ability to learn via the internet how to do almost anything for ourselves. And I think that this, more than anything, will help us survive the storm that's coming. There are enough people already stockpiling information, printing out things. I do that. Printing out stuff about basic mechanics, basic farming, basic gardening, basic architecture, to build things, to grow things, to do things, even if there are no more companies, even if there are no more services, even if there's even no more internet. All around this area, people were already survival minded anyway. And those of us that are young enough and computer savvy enough, we apply that Appalachian survival mentality to that kind of thing. I have a buddy He doesn't care about the culture war at all. He's not racially conscious. He doesn't give a crap about anything going on right now. But for years, he's been stockpiling all different kinds of 3D printing, what do you call them, schematics, I don't know. But just stockpiling stuff of how to 3D print almost anything. And that inspired him to start making a creation lab in his garage. He makes all kinds of stuff now. He could take driftwood, old pieces of detritus from torn down homes, and in his shop, using a mix of 3D printing and lathe and a bunch of other tools and things he has, he can make almost anything. He could get, he's really good at math and numbers. He could repair pretty much any kind of door or cabinet or anything made of wood. And he's even getting started with doing metal stuff. And you guys know my friend Mike of Pole, who also lives in Tennessee. He comes to visit me. He does like professional grade metalworking stuff. He has his own, he doesn't have his own full shop yet, but he has a lot of stuff that he owns already. And these are just two people I know personally that have used modern technology to educate themselves to know how to build and repair a mountain of useful things that you need to have a home, to have products, to have a shop, to have things that will be real culture once this fake shit finally crumbles and falls away. If it does, I would rather it be fixed and healed and us have what we have, but better. But I no longer think that that is likely. I think that what is likely is we are living in a truly dead and decaying empire. And whatever future we're going to have culturally and socially, we have to build together going forward. And be inspired, though, that you live in a time where you're not going to just be adrift. You're not going to be clueless and just having to work with what little you've got in your mind. You, like me, like my friends, get active-minded. Print out a bunch of stuff, maybe in duplicate. Things that you need to know to have a garden, to build a little house, to build a cabin, understand the basics of plumbing and septic tanks, the basics of electricity, the basics of electrician work, the basics of chemistry, the basics of cooking. The basics of cooking, guys, come on. Like, you're gonna need to know how to make a stone or adobe or brick oven. What kind of wood, what kind of heat, what kind of vent you're gonna have to bake your bread, to cook your meats and stuff, so you don't just have to cook out over an open fire all the time. Like, these little things, not only are they available, you can make it a fun event to do with your friends and family. Like, I do this kind of camping, outdoorsy shit and camping and survival stuff with my family and with some of my husband's friends, and they aren't like me. They don't expect the civilization to collapse. They don't know anything about any cultural war or anything like that. But these are fun activities you can get involved in. You can do stuff with your kids, with your family, with your friends. Just practice building stuff. Anything. Practice cooking together. Maybe get one of those little cheap $100 or $200 internal hydroponics things that's like you can fit on a desk that just grow a couple of herbs or something. Get people started with that. Maybe you got a girlfriend or a wife or a woman in your life in some way that likes that kind of thing, but she just doesn't have the gumption to get it started. Well, get her that as a present. Get her started. Get her started caring about growing her own herbs and fruits and shit. Like, get people into this stuff. It's fun. So anyway, that's my positive message for today after a little bit of housekeeping. And we will definitely be back this Thursday night with Empire of Lies. And we will most certainly be back next Monday as Discordant Dragons continues. So we'll have Praise of Folly Todd, and from, I believe, England, we will have Hitman again, who has been on the channel in the last couple of months. He's a good guy, and I did a discussion stream with him on his channel just before the holidays. So I am going to wrap it up there. We are almost at the end of this little road, this cul-de-sac here where the wealthy people live. So I'm going to walk up this little hill, and we will end it there. Here we go. Ooh. All right. Look how nice. Oh man, that sun is so bright. It is gorgeous out here. All right. Oh, we got horses over there at the old torn down barn. That's cute. Alrighty. Well, let's turn this around so I'm not blinded by the day star. I love you guys. Stay positive and do constructive, meaningful things. That's what I have to make myself do. It's really easy just to check out and say, well, the world is screwed, news is blackpilling. I'm just going to check out and just do drugs or play video games or whatever. Don't do that. Be creative. Be productive. Be connected to people. I started doing that, and I'm a much better, healthier person for it. I want that for each and every one of you. And do that the best that you can where you live with the people you've got. And if you can't have that, well, work on moving towards a place, an area, or a community where you can do that. I love you guys. I'll see you Thursday. Good night. I'm sorry. God bless.